Battle Pack 3 was released on August 1st, 2014. This set features a special rule to be used during draft that all monsters are treated as all types, unlocking a plethora of new options for deck building as cards that would be otherwise unplayable suddenly become game-endingly powerful. In this series, both MBT and myself will be traversing the sands of Yu-Gi-Oh's history. Each episode will take a deep dive into Yu-Gi-Oh's past formats and unlock new strategies as new sets become available. Strap yourselves in because anything is possible. Welcome to the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMOOOOO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content.
Well folks, welcome to the end of Limited Play. Battle Pack 3 Monster League represents Konami's last endeavor into sanctioned limited play at a competitive level, and unfortunately, it's really good. The first battle pack was mired in haymakers, powerful cards like Snatch Steal that of course were fan favorites but also swung the game immediately. The second battle pack, in my opinion, was nothing more than a bunch of 4-star monsters with increasing attack values and combat tricks. But Battle Pack 3, Konami finally rested with one of their strangest decisions ever. See, the way the Yu-Gi-Oh cards were being developed, decks were becoming more and more xenophobic. There was just too big of a card pool for everyone to be able to play everything. As a result, very strong strategies were gatekept behind types or attributes or archetypes. Battle Pack 3 rankled with this dilemma by making every monster every type. This meant that extremely powerful cards that could only be played with, say, warriors, machines, or fairies were suddenly generic. And as a result, we were playing everything from Cetus of Dagla to Psychokinesis in this set. It is unbelievably cool. They made a second decision, which in my opinion kicks absolute ass, to remove everything higher than level 4 from the card pool. In practice, when were you ever going to be able to tribute summon a monster in a limited environment as 1-for-1 as this? Unless you're some idiot named Joseph trying to summon a Barbaros for 3. There's only one exception to that rule, Stegocyber, which has a special summoning condition. There's also Xyz in this pack as well. They're only at the Shatterfoil slot, which is rare in the context of Battle Pack, but none of them are that good. I think they cap out at like Gaga Cowboy in terms of utility. You're not going to be able to summon something like a Tin Archduke without getting laughed at. And if you pick one, it means that you're going to have to play more of the cards that you pull instead of being able to be more selective with your 45 cards you'll grab. Just like last time, we're going to open 45 to play a 40 card deck, so we have to be really selective about our picks. But all in all, I am so excited to play this. It'll be a swan song to limited play, it'll resolve the tie between Alex and I in terms of sealed, and hopefully we'll walk away with the dub. Let's get opening.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Battle Pack 3. I know that this is some of your guys' favorite episodes in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's some of Joseph and I's favorites as well. This is going to be a blast because Battle Pack 3 introduces a new rule that all monsters are all types. This opens a wide array of possibilities because a lot of cards that would otherwise be unplayable become very strong in a set like this, especially considering we are drafting it. Now, in terms of actually accurately reflecting on how drafting works, we're sort of bypassing it because of the way we have technology here. So we have 9 packs total, which equals 45 cards. Typically, you would have 3 packs of 15 cards because you would open 3 packs to make a 15 card pack, and then you would take a card out, pass it to either your right or your left, and then you would take a card out of the next pile, repeating the process until you go through all of the cards. So we're sort of doing this in a bit of an odd way just because of the way we have to, which is fine. Honestly, it kind of makes it more interesting because we could show off more cards than we otherwise would be able to. So we have 45 cards to pick out of all of our battle packs. Let's go ahead and flip it up. What you will see is 5 cards here. I'm going to pick one, add it to my collection, and then the next pack will only have 4 cards remaining to at least somewhat accurately reflect someone else taking a card out of that pack. So let's see what we get in pack number 1 here. And this pack actually looks pretty strong. So we have Swords of Concealing Light. Ayers Rock Sunrise is typically a card that's only good for specifically rocks, but because all monsters are all types, this is effectively Monster Reborn. And so honestly, between these two, I think I'm going to go for the Ayers Rock Sunrise because I think this card is just too good to pass up. So we've added the Ayers Rock to our collection, and then in pack number 2, only 4 cards are here, again, to simulate someone to our right or left taking a card out of their pack and us going through the draft. Now, again, we have a few decent cards here. These monsters aren't the best, but Ready for Intercepting is quite interesting. This is essentially a Book of Moon in a trap that typically only applies to warriors or spellcasters, but again, for this draft, that means everything. So we're going to take Ready for Intercepting and go on to our next one here. This is going to be Stego Cyber Psychic Sword or Noble Arms Caliburn. I actually just realized I did mess up here because this should be 45 packs and not 9 because we're going to run out. It's 9 packs when you're typically playing because you're going to throw all of those piles of cards around multiple times until there is nothing left. So I'm actually going to quickly reset this, and we're going to have these 2 cards included, and we're just going to start at pack number 3. Okay, so now we have 45, so I've gone ahead and fixed this. So these first 2 picks are irrelevant. I have an Ayers Rock Sunrise and a Ready for Intercepting. So I'm just going to pick, I'll pick the Ribbon of Rebirth for that, and then I'll pick, what was the trap that I picked, Ready for Intercepting? Oh, God, I really wish I could have gotten the Marrow Geist. That would have been nice. Okay, but we're on pack 3 now. These 2 cards are what they were before, and we'll keep going with the draft. Holy shit, this is insane. Mirror Wall versus Premature Burial. So we have a Battle Trick versus a Reborn. We do already have Ayers Rock Sunrise, so that is already a card that reborns, but I like having more ways to reborn things. We don't have Battle Tricks, but I feel like we're going to have enough Battle Tricks that this is probably okay. I'm going to go for the Pre-Mat. I think Pre-Mat's a little bit better. Next pack here, Size Station and Forbidden Dress. Size Station is kind of neat because this card, you pay a few life points, 500, increase a level monster by 1 and 300 attack. So this will just stay on the field, make all of our monsters a little bit bigger, whereas Forbidden Dress is a bit of a battle trick. I think I'm going to go for the Dress just because it's a pseudo battle trick and it offers some protection. I think the Size Station could potentially be good, but I think there are better cards we could pick. And our last pack is a Sacred Crane. So we need some monsters, but we have 8 more packs still to go through.
Grenosaurus is really hard to pass up. I'm going to take Wisdom here. Oh, God. Wow. Psychokinesis is removal. Can't pass that up. Vic Viper is so good if I can get it to actually destroy something. I'm going to try Vic Viper. Tackle Crusader is nuts. Fine.
All right. Oh, Gaga Cowboy, huh? Oh, wait, Psychokinesis. Isn't this like actually removal? If you control a Psychic, which is any monster, target a card on the field, destroy it, and if you do, take 1,000 damage. I don't think I can pass that up because that's removal. Cowboy is also quite tempting as well, just because of the fact that it's Cowboy, right? But I don't know. I think there are better Xyzs that this could be. I think the removal in Psychokinesis is too good to pass up. Well, if I want more Psychokinesis, there's a second one. That's insane. I really need monsters, but honestly, I don't think Flame Tiger is what I'm looking for here. It might be okay, but Psychokinesis, again, just more removal. It does come at the cost of life points, but I'm going to go for the Kinesis. I think it's just too good. There's another monster. Freya isn't obviously a heavy-hitting one. I kind of like the skill successor a little bit better here. Call the Mummy is also a neat one, just because we get like a free special summon. I think I'm going to go with the skill successor. Okay, well, no matter what now, I have to pick a monster, but sadly, both of these are kind of terrible. Gauntlet Warrior just, like, gives a monster 500 attack. Each warrior gains that, so since all monsters are warriors, that means my whole field gets the buff. And Herald of Purple Light, I can pitch it and another monster, because all monsters are fairies, to negate a trap that Joseph potentially has. Both of these are pretty bad. I guess I'll go for the Herald, because I could possibly mess with Joseph if he thinks he might win a combat, and then that way we're able to just take advantage of that. And our last card is a Fighting Spirit, which is not a terrible card.
Okay, so recycling batteries is like 2 warrior returning alive. I think Ketos is the pick. Oh, Destructotron for sure. Oh, Destructotron for sure. We'll do Memory Loss. It's like a decent trap. Rare Metal Morph is a strange card. Sure, that's not a bad one.
Okay, so again, very low on monster count here, but Call of the Haunted's a tough one to pass up. I do have Pre-Mat, I do have Ayers Rock Sunrise, so maybe I can actually forego Call of the Haunted just to actually start getting some decent monsters. I think the pick here is the Wind-Up Juggler just because it has its removal effect, and it's a decent body. It's not the strongest, but I think it's good enough for us to pick. Wow, Diamond Dire Wolf. Hypnocorn's also not terrible either, nor is Evil Swarm Thunderbird. This card can just be annoying to deal with. As much as I really don't want to pass up a Diamond Dire, I'm pretty desperate for monsters, and I don't want to get in a situation where I have too low of a monster count. Evil Swarm Thunderbird's really strong because it can get to 1950 and always be dodging effects, so I think that card's actually quite good in this format. Evil Hero Infernal Gainer's not the best monster. Wonder Wand's quite funny just because everything is a spellcaster, so we're able to sack something off to draw a couple cards. I don't think there's a lot of draw power in this set, but you lose a lot of tempo doing that unless you have a way to get multiple monsters onto the field. I think I'd rather take the Arm Shield just because it's sort of a battle trick. I think it's going to be a little bit more useful. Second to last pack here. Oh my god, we're going with the Econ all the way. That's not even close. And the last one, Fabled Ashen Veil. Fantastic. Are we going to play it? Who knows? So this would have completed our first pack of battle packs. So we still have 30 more or 2 more depending on your perspective. Let's see what else we get.
Man, it's hard to pass up O-Lantern. I like Drago. Drago's really strong, but no one's really, like, special summoning in this format. Fighting Spirit's, like, a really good equip spell. Yeah, let's get O-Lantern regardless. I'm sure Mudora gets out of hand. Pre-Mat. Always pick Pre-Mat here. Love Psy Station in this format.
All right, this first pack is looking okay. I think I'm going to go with the Night Beam just to have a bit of spell and trap removal, so that way we can make sure that we win combat. Again, I'm trying to look for some good monsters here now. Destructotron is kind of crazy just because you can pay life points just to actually just nuke your opponent's back row. I think it's 1,000 per card. Yeah, per set. It's not once per turn, but you have to destroy it if it's only psychic type monster you control, but everything is psychic, so I actually really like Destructotron. Destructotron is a bit weak, but honestly, it's more spell and trap removal, and I think I'm going to go for that just because I like being able to wipe out Joseph's back row. But we do need more monsters, though, so let's see if we can get some more. Airbellum's a nice one. I think Raigeki Bottle is actually crazy. This is like sort of a board wipe. Each time a monster you control declares an attack, place a Thunder counter on this card. You can set this card with 4 more Thunder counters to the grave. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Wow, that seems really fucking good because there's not many ways to just completely wipe a board. Reptilian Rage is a decent equipped spell as well. I think I'm going to go for the Raigeki Bottle, honestly. I do want monsters, but I think we can do a little bit better than Airbellum. Next pack here, Swords versus Banner of Courage. I like the Swords a little bit better, and for the last card, we get Unstable Evolution, which isn't a terrible equip.
Okay, we need to start eyeing monsters. I said that, but Arfaduder is really too good to pass up. Oh, this is 4 really good ones. Holy shit. I think Leotar is probably the pick, but all of these are... Let's pick Swords. Yeah, let's pick Swords. Shredder again. You got it. Butterfly Yoke is a good card. Sure, whatever that is.
All right, next 5. Oh, Mirror Wall came back again, and Forbidden Lance. Spine Gilman's also kind of neat because it gives all monsters 400 attack because everything is all types. Man, this one's rough just because Mirror Wall is such a good card. And Forbidden Lance, both of them are strong, and I don't really want to pick more spells and traps, but like I'm not really feeling these monsters. Like Street Patrol and Gilman are okay. I think I'm going to go for the Mirror Wall, actually. I think there's some cool stuff we can do with that. We could do it with Lance as well, but Mirror Wall, I guess, is like a bit wider, if that makes sense. Okay, well, now we have to pick a monster. So thankfully, we've got some decent options here. Black Veloci is fine. The problem is he's like a bad Steamroid, I guess, where he gains 400, then loses 400, like when he's being attacked. So he can go to 22. He's 18 by default. Oh, Lantern's also kind of nice. It's weaker, but it can just straight up be like Exiled Force if we want it to be. So I actually kind of want to get the O Lantern. I want some things that are bigger, but I think that one's okay for now. Once again, some more monsters to work with. I think here I'm going to go for the Shocktopus just because it is able to make a monster's attack 0 if it gets killed in battle. And so it's like half removal, but also on a body, which is pretty nice. Oh my god. Am I going to go for a 3rd Psychokinesis? I think that's sort of overkill, but I'm tempted because having that much access to removal just seems crazy to me. My guys are kind of dinky. Maybe I do take 1 Psy Station just so my things are slightly larger in battle. I mean, it would put stuff like O Lantern to 1950, Shocktopus to 19. Then they become a bit more formidable by comparison. Yeah, we'll go with the Psy Station. And then last card is an Enraged Battle Ox. Okay, well, that's a decent body. Let's see what we get in our next 5 here.
Man, I like Swords again, I'm going to be honest. Seed of Flame's crazy. I like Insectipede, too. Let's do Insectipede. He's got, like, a better attack stat. Ugh, these are not good. We'll take Bagworm, hoping that we find an Xyz at some point. Stego. Stego's fine. Sure.
Wow, we have a lot here. Telepathic power is basically like Sakuretsu armor since everything is a psychic monster, so I'm really tempted to take this. Windstorm of Attack was good too because it sort of like blanks a battle phase. You know, I do need monsters, but honestly, I think I have to go for the easy removal. We'll take the telepathic power. Then for this one, okay, we have a lot of monsters here, actually. Hyper Hammerhead's kind of a neat one. Heroic Champion Kusanagi is actually sort of crazy. It needs it needs 3 level 4 warriors. This effect is really strong, though, and it's a 2500, but I don't think we're going to go into a Xyz that requires 3 level 4s. That just doesn't seem feasible. I think I'm going to go for the Hammerhead. Again, it's not fantastic, but it's decent against defenders, and it bounces back whatever survives after the fact, so I think it's fine. Then we go to our next pack. This is not ideal. I don't really have level 3 or lower, so Call of the Atlanteans is out. Gorgonic Golem is, like, fine. He's just kind of dinky. I think I'm good on removal. I'll take the Air Bellum. It's not fantastic, but it's just a dude, and I sort of need that. Breakthrough Skill and Bark of Dark Ruler. So do I want Effect Negation, or do I want another Battle Trick? I don't really have Effect Negation, so I think I'm going to take the Breakthrough Skill, actually. And last pack here, or last card here, a Noble Arms of Arfredurtur, which I probably just completely butchered. This card's actually very strong, though, so I'm happy that that's our last one. This would complete our second pack of Battle Pack 3, so we've got 15 more cards to pick. Let's get into it.
Another Anzectipede. Not bad. Tin Archduke is a 4, but Polynosis is a fucking Omni. Let's do Tin Archduke. Quantum Cat is just generally a pretty good card here, I think. Ashen Veil. Love Ashen Veil.
All right, let's see what we get now. Lots of traps this time around. So I really want some monsters here just because that's what I'm severely lacking at this point. I'm plenty good on spells and traps, but Discblade Rider is like, okay, I guess I do have a fair amount of like normal traps. Do I? I have Breakthrough Skill, Skill Successor, but I sort of want to banish those for their effects. Magical Arm Shield. This was ready for intercepting, and Telepathic Power. So I have a few. He can get to 22 with his effect. It's either this or Curse of Anubis, I feel like. Butterfly Yoke is okay as well. I think Curse of Anubis is like slightly better. I do just want some decent bodies. I'll go for the Discblade Rider, I guess. I'm not super happy about it, but we need bodies. Another Hyper Hammerhead. Stamping Destruction is quite funny. That is more back row removal if we want it to be. And then Machine King Prototype gains 100 attack for each machine monster on the field except itself. This means that if Joseph has monsters as well, because it's monsters on the field period, not just your field, Machine King Prototype can actually be quite large if you're staring down multiple things, but he's quite puny by himself. So I guess that's like the trade-off. Stamping Destruction's tempting, but I think I'm going to go with the Prototype. Like, he's fine. Flip up our next 3. No monsters. Not happy to see that. I already have 1 Unstable Evolution. I think I'll go for a second Unstable Evolution. It's neat because I can equip it to like Joseph's monsters and like sort of modify their attacks as well. So it's like an okay card. It's not Megamorph, but it's fine. Chalice versus Cerberus. I do need monsters, but Cerberus is... I do have a lot of spells, to be fair. So Cerberus could actually get quite big. He only loses the counters when he specifically attacks. I just don't like you need to have spells. I think I'm going to go for Chalice just because it's effect negation and a battle trick. And then our last card is an Unbreakable Spirit, which is not a terrible one.
I like Food Chain. Ooh, these are some good ones. Lord Poison's great. Mirror Wall's great. Shocker's not bad. Yeah, we'll do Poison. Shredder again. Book of Life for sure, though. We'll take Fertilizer here. And Dark Bribe again. Last pack, Dark Bribe.
Next 5. Okay, we've got some decent monsters here. We have Bazoo and Tardy Orc. I think Tardy Orc is actually probably insane. It can't attack the turn it's summoned, but like, honestly, who cares? It's a 2200 normal, and if he survives, like, then we're just chilling. Bazoo's also okay, but I don't have a ton of monsters to facilitate this. I'm taking the Tardy Orc. We also have, like, multiple ways to revive this as well. This pack's a bit tough. Exploder Dragon is removal, but I think we're probably fine in that department. Psychic Overload's kind of crazy just because if we have 3 monsters in the graveyard, this allows us to just Pot of Greed because everything is a psychic. Vanguard of the Dragon is also pretty good, though, because it can get to 2000 attack. I believe the attack gain is permanent. I don't think it's till the end of the turn. You send a dragon from hand to grave, this gains 300 attack. So this becomes 2000 just at the cost of a card, which is actually quite decent. I think I'm going to take Vanguard of the Dragon, the Ruxin special there. Next ones here, none of these are particularly great. Mind Over Matter isn't good when you are behind. It's great when you're ahead. Recycling Batteries isn't great because we don't have many monsters that are under 1500 attack. We have a couple, but not many. So that means like Valhalla is our only other option, which we can just special summon a fairy from our hand. So it's basically Call the Mummy, but for fairies. I guess we'll take that just because it seems better than the other two with the way our deck is looking. Typhoon and another Fabled Ashen Veil. As much as I really want a Typhoon, I think that could be quite good, but I need... how many monsters do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm probably not going to play the Purple Light, honestly. So Ashen Veil would put me at 15 versus Typhoon. Can I get like 2 or 3 monsters in my last 6 packs? God, Typhoon is such a good card, though. I think I need the monsters, honestly. I think I have to forgo Typhoon, sadly enough. Last card, Exploder Dragon. All right, well, we got one of those anyway.
This one's hard. Gamel is a hand trap. Shadow Spell's kind of removal. Yeah, we're gonna take Shadow Spell here. Guardian, yeah. Don't really like Stego that much. Shredder again. How many Shredder are we on? 3. That's our 3rd Shredder. All right, I'll take Protops. He's a great card.
Last 5, ladies and gentlemen. Breaker in there. Give me that. I don't even have to look at the rest of the pack. Breaker, thank you very much. Kwakimeru Guardian as well. That is insane. Normally, these are bad, but because every monster is a rock, you can just have any monster to reveal this. Okay, so we're getting rewarded in the back half of the packs here. Any more monsters? We have 2 of them. I think I'm going to go for the Kwakimeru War Arms. This is a really weird card that you can equip level 3 or lower warriors to it, but all my level 3s are warriors because of the rules, so that actually could be quite a decent card. I don't think we need the Gale Lizard. We're guaranteed a card here. I think Dark Crusader might be slightly better. I really want Cerberus, but like Cerberus is so bad. I think Dark Crusader is better. I think this attack gain is also permanent too. Send a Dark from hand to grave, he gains 400 attack. I think you're only having all types though, not all attributes, and so I need to make sure I have enough darks for this to be good. Yeah, we'll take the Crusader, that's fine. And our last card is a Mask of Brutality. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so that is our 45 cards selected. Now we have to build a deck, which just requires us to take 5 cards out of this pool, and let's get to building.
All right, last pack. Let's hope for some bombs. We haven't gotten anything crazy yet. Psychic Sword is like an all-in type card. I think I do like trying it. Let me try Cross Sword Beetle. What does this do? This card's awful. So we'll take Psychic Sword here. Cowboy. Bazoo! Oh, Bazoo's nuts. Both of these cards are really good, actually. I think I like Enraged. It gives the team piercing. No Entry is really good, too. All right, we can make something happen with this. Here's our pool. So I do like that we have a linear strategy. That isn't something I can often say when I'm playing a limited format, but what I don't like is it seems like we are missing the auto-win cards that do lurk in this battle pack. That's unfortunate, but I think we probably can ride what we have pulled to victory. So, if you haven't figured it out already, we are building around the card currently on screen, Shredder. We pulled 3 of this bad boy, which is unbelievable. It's a machine-type monster with 1600 attack. Not fantastic, but we can protect it with cards like Swords of Revealing Light and Butterfly Yoke. This card allows us to send a machine-type monster from our hand to the graveyard, then target a monster our opponent controls with a level less than or equal to the sent monster, and destroy that target. Because almost everything in this format is 4, it will almost always be on. We're playing an extremely high monster count, to be conducive to that, and we're playing some monsters that get some benefits when they're sent from your hand to the graveyard, things like Tackle Crusader and Friller Rabka, which are either good in a vacuum or we just ran out of monsters to pull. We're also playing 2 Anzectipede the Worm Warrior, which will potentially let us get over the top of some of Alex's threats. A free special summon isn't anything to turn your nose up at in this format. Let's go through the individual cards. Of course, we've got the 2 Aztecapede. We've got the Bazoo, which gets over almost everything. Black Stego is a great stall card. It can attack to check opponent's monsters, but then is switched to defense position and has a defense stat that outclasses every attack stat in the format when it is done so. We've got Destructotron. This card's unbelievable. It's Infinity MSTs. Double Electromagnetic Bagworm. I don't think this card is very good. There are scenarios in which it survives. Something like a Swords of Revealing Light could allow us to set it and then flip it up on our own terms. And then we could overlay for a Gagaga Cowboy, flexing the Xyz monsters we have. Those are really rare, and as a result, we should make use of them. But it's still kind of a weak card. Enraged Battleox is fine. The 2 Evil Swarms are fantastic. The Fabled Ashen Veil can get very large very quickly, which is good. Rabka is a pitch off of the Ashen Veil or the Shredder. Protops is just a generically good card, as is Guardian. Lord Poison is a fantastic defensive option. It represents 2 attacks that you don't have to worry about. Mudora gets out of hand very quickly. Reptilian Gorgon isn't good, but it is the 40th card in the deck. We've got Sacred Crane in here as well. The 3 Shreditor, the Tackle Crusader, and the Vic Viper. I think that this card is probably a pipe dream, but if we ever get it off, I'll be very happy. We've got the Book of Life. We've got Bound Wand, which I'm very happy to have pulled. This is a great card. Miracle Fertilizer, Arfa Deuter, 1 Premature Burial, a Psi Station, a Psychic Sword, Psychokinesis, another fantastic one, Spellbook of Wisdom, Double Swords of Revealing Light, Butterfly Yoke, Memory Loss, Plant Food Chain, Quantum Cat, and Shadow Spell. On the side, we've got a Banner of Courage, 2 Dark Bribe, and in the extra, we've got Tin Archduke and an actually playable Xyz in Gaga Cowboy. Hoping that this is going to be the deck to finally get us out of the shirt of shame and that we don't end hat format with literally a 0% win rate, but if it's anything like the last couple of episodes, that might just be a dream.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we only have to take out 5 cards of the deck, but it's actually quite difficult when all the cards are so close together in their power level, but this is what we ended up going with. I like the ratio. We got 20 monsters, 13 spells, 7 traps. I think that's like a good lineup. Maybe would have liked 1-ish more monster, but that's my own fault for taking all the good spells and traps. So let's go and do the card by card. Breaker may be one of the best cards we pulled just because he's insane. Dark Crusader's not the best. I don't think all monsters are all attributes, so this is only going to apply to certain cards, but he's just like an okay guy. Destructotron's crazy just because we can nuke Joseph's back row. Discblade Rider's pretty sick because it can get slightly big. We do have a few traps, and 1700 base is okay. Enraged Battleox is just a guy, let's be honest. Oh, Lantern is like Exiled Force, but bigger. Thunderbird is actually crazy. I think this card is just nuts. Exploder Dragon is removal, so, you know, it's fine. Fabled Ashen Veil, which we have 2 of, is an okay card as well because it can get quite large in battle. We have Hyper Hammerhead for dealing with weird stuff. Quacky Mirror Guardian is insane because as long as we have a monster, this card is great. Quacky Mirror War Arms is a bit of a weird one. We can equip level 3 or lowers to it and make it slightly bigger, so it could actually become a problem. Machine King Prototype is cool because all monsters are machines, so it just gets slightly bigger. Then we have Sacred Crane, which we do have 2 ways to revive this to draw cards. Shocktopus is like a body, but also like sort of removal. Tardy Orc, I think, is maybe the best card we pulled. Vanguard of the Dragon is also not bad either. Wind-Up Juggler is like removal in a monster, but only 1 time. And X-Saber Airbellum is fine. I mean, if we get Joseph on an empty board, it's pretty good. And that does it for the monsters. The spells, Ares Rock Sunrise's Resurrection. Enemy Controller is a very versatile card, so, I mean, this card can do a lot. Fighting Spirit's like okay. I think it's nice to protect something in battle. Forbidden Chalice and Dress are just nice battle tricks, and this can actually duel as effect negation. Night Beam's good for just singular back row. Arfa Deuter can actually be very powerful, and hopefully we get to show this off. Premature Burial, again, more revival. Psi Station, I really want to see this card come up, but it could also just be a giant dud. Psychokinesis, I think, is absurd, because as long as we control a monster, we get to pop a card on the field and just take 1,000 damage. Like, that's perfectly fine. Sword just buys us time. Unstable Evolution is like a weird equip spell, but it could come up. I have another one in the side, and I don't think Mask of Brutality is like that good, because the 1,000 life points it turns quite annoying. And then for the traps, Breakthrough Skills, effect negation. Magical Arm Shield requires Joseph to have 2 monsters, so I'm not super keen on it, but it could actually be quite good to catch him off guard with this. Mirror Wall is also pretty strong as well. Raigeki Bottle is literally Raigeki if we attack with 4 monsters. Skill Successor is a nice battle trick. Telepathic Power is Sakuretsu Armor. And Unbreakable Spirit's a weird battle trick, but there's probably a lot of instances where we only have 1 monster on the field, so we'll take it. I can't wait to see how this one's going to go. It's going to be a ton of fun to see who will clinch the Battle Pack series. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel.
Okay, the deck looks better now. Oh my gosh.
Good thing you did that now before we actually got into the game, because as I was saying, you look at some of the cards in this set and you think, damn, these cards suck. And then you realize that all monsters are all types, and you think, damn, this is the best card I have in my deck.
I'm looking at Cetus of Dagla, and I'm like, why the hell is this in here? There's only 4 fairies. Oh my gosh.
Well, buddy, I can't wait to get into it, so let's do it. Shout the patron. It's Oogoo Gagak, motherfucker. Thank you for the support. Do you
That's
have
Battle Pack 1, baby.
The hands up? All right, I'm going even.
It's odd.
Okay, so this is interesting because I believe this is the first time. It's not completely anachronistic. If you decide to go second, you will get to draw a card, and I will not.
It is a limited format, so I am going to try and get that battle phase, get that extra draw, and walk away with this one.
I think that makes the most sense. Best of luck to you, sir. I will not draw for turn, and in my main phase 1, I think I will start by normal summoning Sacred Crane, setting a card, and passing.
That's decent. That's decent. I'll draw for turn. Anything
Yep, Invasion of Chaos special here.
All right, we'll go standby main. I am going to normal summon Jurak Protops here.
Okay. Gains 100 attack for each monster the opponent controls. So this is currently 18.
And I'm just going to try and do it. Let's just get in there.
I mean, question is, like, do I care that much about Protops of all things? Yeah, I do. Damage step fine?
Yes, damage step is fine.
Well, mirror wall.
Oh, okay. I will take what?
So you go down. It doesn't say the
700
original attack.
What do you mean?
Mirror wall doesn't say original. Just have the attack, not original attack. So
Yeah,
does it?
so he'll be 18 and go down to 9.
Right. Okay. And then you take 7. Okay. Cool.
Dual Links knowledge coming in hot. All right, back to you, buddy.
Just passing on that, huh? All right. Standby, I have a decision if I want to pay for the mirror wall. Honestly, I kind of do. I'm going to keep it around.
It's nuts. It's a pretty good card.
It's pretty good early when I still have the life points to afford it. Guess I will just keep the pressure up. Let's bring out Dark Crusader.
That's the boy, yeah.
Let's just try to get in for 32.
Now, to clear things up, while every monster is every type, they're not every attribute.
Correct. Yes. So a Dark Crusader cannot pitch any monster for its effect. I specifically do have to pitch a Dark.
All right, fine. You have forced my hand. I'll normal summon Tackle Crusader here.
This card's pretty cool. Yeah.
No, wait. This card sucks. I just thought he had 1800. What am I?
He has 1800 defense.
We'll normal summon Enraged Battleox.
He's raging. That's fine.
I'm going to activate Psychokinesis.
This card is so good. This is insane that we have this. Yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
going to crack the mirror wall here.
Gonna take 1,000.
I'll go to combat, and I'll eat the Dark Crusader as well.
All right, so I'm gonna take 100 from this. That's fine.
Second main, I'm going to set 1 card. I'm going to pass it back.
All right, I will draw. Let's see. Still got 3 in hand. I've got my own Psychic Kinesis. I will go after the back row.
I'll chain it. We'll go Wisdom, target Battleox, and I'll call Spell here.
Gives him protection from that. That's perfectly fine. I will take my 1,000. Don't want to forget that. Sorry. Then I'm going to run out Breaker the Magical Warrior.
Sure.
And let's pre-mat and try to go to game 2 here.
Oh my god. Yeah. This is what?
This is 2
200.
and 32.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. Well, that was fucking easy.
Well, that was fast. I had some more defensive plays, but I guess I just assumed you wouldn't be able to kill me. Probably not a very safe assumption.
For what it's worth, I did draw the Psychokinesis.
Oh,
if
you?
it wasn't for that, there is no... Actually, I did have another way to potentially lethal you, but with not knowing what your back row was, it was a bit riskier. So I don't think I would have done it. But this hand, I will tell you, looks a lot different. We'll go to main 1. Actually, this hand's kind of cracked now that I look at it. I'm going to activate Size Station.
Yep, that is a card. That's a card, yeah.
I will normal Kawaki Meru Guardian and trigger the Size Station.
Ooh, also a card, yes.
So my Kawaki Mirror Guardian is now a level 5, 2200. I will set 1, and in the end phase, I will reveal Shocktopus and pass the turn.
All right, I'll draw for turn.
The fact that the Kawaki Mirrors can reveal any monster is so stupid.
Now, I'm going to ask you a really hard question. I'm going to normal Enrage Battleox. Would you like to activate Psi Station?
No. Thanks for asking.
Are you sure? Because, like...
Yes.
Oh, okay, if you say so. We're going to go Psychokinesis here.
Oh, shit. All right.
I
imagine the Kawaki Mirror Guardian's not long for this Earth. Yeah.
I really want to eat the Psi Station, but no, I probably can't.
17. Fine by me.
All right, we're going to set 2, and back to you.
I'll draw. I will normal summon Destructotron.
Yes.
Trigger Psi Station.
That is fine.
I will activate Destructotron. I'm going to pay 1,000 and target this one.
I will chain it. It's Quantum Cat.
Okay.
It's also still a trap.
So it still dies. All right. I will pay another 1,000 because this isn't once per turn. We'll go for the other one.
All right. It's Plant Food Chain. I'll chain it, targeting my Enraged Battleox, and then because it was sent to the graveyard while equipped, I can summon a plant from my graveyard.
Which there are none.
That is
Fantastic.
correct, yes.
All right. I will go to battle, and we will hit into your Battleox.
I'll take 2 here.
And then sadly, my Destructotron is the only psychic on the field, so he will be going to the graveyard. But it was fun to just nuke your back row. Go ahead.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Are you going to lethal me now?
You're pretty close. I'm gonna normal Shredder.
Cool card. Yep.
I'm gonna special Anzectipede the Worm Warrior.
Oh, okay. It's pretty good.
And I'm gonna try it. We'll go in with Anzec.
You got it. All right.
What is going on here? Holy hell.
You know, I wasn't expecting this to be a land speed record for the fastest History of Yu-Gi-Oh episode of all time. I was waiting for like Goki Extra Link for that to be the case, but yeah, okay. 3-minute game 1, 2-minute game 2. Hopefully I can just replicate the performance. I'm gonna go second. I think I like having the extra card, and I think that's the way to go. So let's see how it works. Best of luck, buddy.
It's just very weird, right? Because like my deck does have a lot in it that's designed to make the game go long. It just ain't been going long. I'm gonna set 2 and pass it back to you, buddy.
Okay, we'll draw. Head on over to main 1. I don't know what the hell you could have set. The one thing I hate about Battle Pack, unless you exclusively just test this format nonstop, there's so many fucking cards that I feel like you can just never play around anything. Fuck it, I'm gonna bring out Enraged Battle.
Yeah.
Let's get some piercing action in. Let's go.
All right, it is actually Tackle Crusader. So
all right, we're not getting in any piercing action, ladies and gentlemen. I'll take 100. Second main. I think I've just got my own back row, and I'll throw it back.
All right, stand by main. I don't get to do this often. Destructotron.
He's a good one.
Let's keep it a stack and clear the back.
I will chain Skill Successor on my Enraged Battle Ox.
Wow, that is like really bad.
I would have loved to have done it in the battle phase, but you have forced my hand.
Okay. Let's set a card and proceed to end step.
We'll draw. So my Enraged Battle Ox is no longer more enraged from the Skill Successor.
Yeah.
But we will go to main phase 1. I can get very greedy, and I kind of want to. I'm down. I'm gonna run out Quackimero Guardian.
Yes.
We will go to battle.
Sure.
Let's try Battle Ox into Destructotron.
That is A-okay with me. I'll take 100.
And then we will also try Guardian into Crusader.
I think I have to Shadow Spell here.
Shadow Spell, can't attack, change battle position, and I lose 700 attack, huh? Puts me down to 12. So I'll just put this here to mark that he's under Shadow Spell. I'll go to second main. I've got a back row, and I'll chuck it back.
Don't you always? Oh, what you got for this Guardian, by the way?
I have Evil Swarm O Lantern.
All right. Well, let's fire this off that I ripped off the top.
That's a pretty good one, sure.
We're gonna summon Destructotron here. We are going to normal Koakai Mairu Guardian.
Got your own. It's fine.
Combat.
Sure.
Let's go tackle into Guardian.
Probably fine with this. Sure. So this is what, 300 I take here?
Yep.
That's fine. Shadow Spell goes as well.
We'll go Guardian in.
May we proceed to damage step?
Yes.
I will activate Forbidden Dress on your Quackimero Guardian.
Oh, that's rough. Yeah, I'll take 300 here.
Yep.
Oh, I should have just gone for it with the Destructotron, forced out your Guardian, and then Guardian the Guardian. Oh, wait, that...
You take 400, by the way.
That puts us in the exact same situation I'm in right now. Okay, we'll just go to combat, or go to end phase here then.
Destructotron lives. I will draw. That's not a bad one. Let's see. You've still got a back row. Sort of want to try some cleanup duty here. So let's run out the Evil Swarm of Lantern you know about. Let's go to battle. I'm going to try Battle Ox into Destructotron.
I'll take 100 here.
Remat falls off as well. And then Lantern into Crusader.
Sure. I'll take 150.
150, sorry. This is an
And
Evil
I'm
Swarm.
going to tuck the O-Lantern.
Sure. Second main. You've got 2 cards.
Yeah.
I'm kind of chilling. Go ahead.
Protops.
So he's 19, correct?
Yep.
I'll draw. I'm going to go pre-mat of my own here.
Ooh. Targeting?
On the Lantern. So that puts your Protops to 19. I'm going to try for battle here.
Yeah, that's okay.
Enraged Battle Ox in.
Attack deck is fine.
May we enter damage.
Yeah.
Skill Successor.
Sure, I'll take 7 here. No, 6.
25 to your 19, you'll take 6.
Yeah.
Lantern for 1650.
Yep.
Second main, 1 back row. Go ahead.
Stand by main. We're going to normal summon Lord Poison.
He's not a bad one.
He's
Sure.
not terrible. We'll walk into Battle Ox here.
That's fine. She'll take 2.
We'll trigger the effect. We'll summon back Guardian. I'll go Guardian into O-Lantern.
So I will take 250 here.
I'll go to end step here. I'll reveal Friller Raska.
What the fuck is this?
This is card number 40.
Oh, excellent. That about sums it up. Banish it from your graveyard. Target the attacking monster. Negate the attack. Okay, but it needs to be in your graveyard, which is kind of shit. All right. Main one. You still got that back row, which has me worried. You haven't fired that. Let's go ahead and Ayers Rock. Let's bring back the O-Lantern.
Oh my god.
If that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then your Guardian sinks to 17. Then I will activate Fighting Spirit on Enraged Battle Ox. And then we'll try to hit over.
That's fine.
Okay, so you'll take 3. 1650.
Yep.
Second main, I got one more back row for you.
Oh my god, you're killing me. Stand by me. Ooh, back to you.
We'll draw, probably set the fish thing. What was that thing's defense?
15.
15. Okay. So I don't have to sack O-Lantern. That's actually a bad thing, because then you could just negate the attack of the fucking Battle Ox.
Only negates attacks of monsters.
When they're attacking another monster?
Yeah.
So in that case, then, we might be fine. I'll just try it then, battle.
Yep.
Battle Ox.
This is 5.
Yes. And then 1650?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh my god, what was this? What was
this?
this?
It was Spellbook of Wisdom.
Oh, Wisdom. Okay.
There just
All
wasn't
right.
a particularly good time to activate it, unfortunately. There's swords. Oh, I've got all this cool
Oh,
stun
man.
stuff in here. I definitely deserved to lose this one. I played that early game like absolute garbage. Oh my god, your deck is crazy.
I mean, you have gotten some good stuff too. I mean, you have pre-mat. We have some similar cards.
Yeah.
But
Pre-mat's
like
like
some of these cards that we get to play with are just insane.
Yeah.
Like, you have it too, the Arfadurter, like that card is just nuts, being able to just slowly pick apart back row. We both had Destructotron, so we got to have some fun with that. Quakimeru Guardian is insane as well. Psychokinesis, I think, is crazy that we have access to this in Limited, and
yeah.
it's like live at almost every opportunity. And we even got to see, like, there's not a lot of special summoning in here, right? But the fact you had, like, Aztecapede is a pretty decent one, considering it's bigger than, like, most normal summons.
Yeah, it's not like bad. This is such a weird draft environment. Yeah, because everything is everything. You have access to these really powerful, like, special summon from the graveyard spells, Ayers Rock, Miracle Fertilizer, Book of Life. So much so that, like, pre-mat is maybe not a snap pick. There's just so much that brings stuff back. And there's not a ton of payoffs for them either. I was lucky enough to get a couple of cards in the extra. I got Tin Archduke and Gaga Cowboy. But even so...
Oh, wow.
Honestly, a lot has to go wrong for you to go into these, you know, like you have to be in a position where you don't actually want a significant amount of the cards on your field, which doesn't happen often in my experience.
Yeah, I think there are some of the rank 4s that are okay. I think the problem is most of them, not most of them, a few of them, like Tin Archduke, require 3 level 4s.
Yeah.
And you're never going to commit to that, even in this type of environment. It's just not worth it,
Yeah.
right? Some of their effects are crazy. Like, I think it's the Heroic Champion, like Kusanagi. That card's nuts. But again, 3 level 4s, I don't really think it's worth it. I think if you have something like Cowboy's fine, right? I mean, it's a decent card.
Yeah.
It can get to 25 and like hit over stuff. I think there's also like Evagishki Marrowgeist as well as a pretty decent one in here. I think I also had to pass up a Diamond Direwolf at one point.
I think
because
Direwolf is, I think it's probably a trap in this format.
I think so as well, because like, what do you really need to commit 2 4s into to make Diamond Dire to pop, right? I mean, there isn't... The one thing that's weird about this set, to me anyway, is that compared to the other ones, there aren't like big tribute dudes, right? And obviously that's the type of draft experience that they were curating when they made Battle Pack 3, but it sort of dilutes the experience to a degree when you don't have these like massive haymaker type cards that are just able to sort of like control the board just by themselves. And instead they're just like a bunch of like little dinky guys that cap out around like 16, 1700, maybe 1900, 2000 if you're lucky.
This environment just feels better than most of the other ones. I liked Battle Pack 1.
I agree.
Because I liked the big swingy spells, but the big swingy spells make it, I mean, pretty uncompetitive in my opinion. Even in this, there's like stuff you can build towards. Like I'm on like a really slow deck with a lot of tools. Like I have double swords that I just didn't see.
Right.
with the goal of like getting a shredder on field and just like being able to translate a high monster count into a whole bunch of removal spells.
I know, it's just sad that this doesn't really exist anymore, especially at like the top levels of competitive play. I did have a few swingy things. I had Raigeki Bottle, which is literally Raigeki as long as you can attack with 4 monsters like at some point, assuming it doesn't get nuked by something. And then I had the best level 4 in Tardy Orc, which is just a 2200 normal summon.
Yeah, he's like fine. You know, he's okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's sad that this is the last Battle Pack episode, right? Because this was it. They stopped doing draft and sealed after this for YCSs, and we just went back to regular Top Cut. Which, I mean, obviously there's a debate as to which one is better, but at the end of the day, I think it's cool that they at least explored this space for what Yu-Gi-Oh! Could be, and we got to see all 3 flavors of it in terms of Battle Pack 1, 2, and 3, and I think the viewers enjoyed it. I think a lot of people just enjoy the simplicity of this type of format.
Yeah, I agree.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So shoutouts to Shadow1317, Moto, Tim00x3, Cameron Smith, MBT Play Medolce, Chaotic Meatball Part 2, Pony Starks, The Synchro Guy, Dan the Man Hoban, I ship MBT and Cimo, Draconic Phoenix the Immortal, Jordan Coons, Iron Bladesman, Jesse Wood, Chris Hood, David Liu, Dylan Hunter, Cody Bretz, John Two-Based, Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Zerius Business, MBT caught injecting his fairy Lily, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, Valen Jackson, Hornet, aren't you glad I didn't say Alpha Tribute Ben 10, TC Gaming, thanks for the sleeve stat, Matthew Brady, Max, Twinkle Muncher, Eater of Crayons, Luabon, Yodabon, Helios 515, Simo's Chaos Cooking Draft, MBT funding the Iris with his Rothschild Wealth, that's his Roth IRA, Simping for Simo, Stolfin Amethyst, Nicholas Carpenter, Simo's Harem of Sexy Yugi-Tubers, LGMBTQ, Nim Noodle, Malabranch of the Burning Tunnel, Stella and Zoa Vermilion, Wonder Waffle, James Keen, Skull Servant, and The Wandering Doomed are boyfriends. MBT cancel by all community soon, cancel by all committee soon, cancel by all players soon. Not reading cards makes the game interesting, and you know it. The MBT and MBT Yu-Gi-Oh! Stands for Morbin Time, The Undertaker versus Simo and MBT, Dalton, Hunter Reed, Shrug, Zyx, The Crystal Beast Enthusiast, ITF, Corvain, Dark Echo, TG Starman, Seamoose Engage, Viso the V, Wacky Waving, Arm Failing, and Fable 2 Men selling crudely painted, not so funny plywood cutout folk art, and hatformat.com. Thank you so much for watching the video, and we will see you next time.